Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name is Ben James, and welcome back to another video. Now, before we get started, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We got content coming out a lot here, and I would love to have you. Now, today we are going to be talking about Boba Fett episode number 6. So if you haven't seen it yet, click off, put this video on your watch later, and come back once you've seen it. Are you gone? Okay, because at this point, you should be gone. If you, all right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Luke Skywalker's back, baby! I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but let's get it. Oh my gosh. So this episode starts off with Cobb Vanth, who was seen previously in season 2, episode 2, I believe. And I'm really happy to see his character return because he was a great addition to season 2. Now we have this dope opening scene with him just reintroducing his character, and then we're hit with the title sequence from The Desert Comes a Stranger, which I initially was like, oh, they mean Cobb. That's great. It's a great title. This must be about Cobb Vanth joining Boba Fett. That's a no in both aspects, which we'll get onto the title later on. But I just want to say this is no longer Book of Boba Fett. This is the Book of Star Wars featuring Boba Fett for 2 minutes where he doesn't say a line. We then cut back to Mando, and he's going to see our boy Grogu. He is flying in that new ship. It's looking clean. And I was excited to see that we're going back to Mando, baby. And so Mando lands on a planet and we see a familiar face, which is R2-D2. And at this point, I was like, there's no shot. There's no shot they're going to show Luke in this episode. It's probably going to be Ahsoka and everything, and they're not going to show him. So Mando's walking with R2-D2, and he's like, yo, where's Luke? I want to talk to him. And you see all these spider robots building something, which I presumed was going to be the school for Jedi that Luke is going to teach, which we all know what happens there. So I'm praying Mando saves Grogu from being slaughtered by Kylo Ren. R2-D2 goes to sleep, and the spider robots build a bench and is like, yo, sit here and wait. All right. But then we cut away to Grogu and Luke frickin' Skywalker meditating, baby. And I just want to say, to make this clear, because I didn't make a review on Mandalorian. My channel wasn't doing that when it came out. But I was not very happy with the CGI on Luke's face in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I thought it was weak, and it really was so bad, it kind of took me out of the hype of his character showing up. I was still very excited, but I was like, really? You couldn't do it better? So when a couple of YouTubers worked on making the CGI better and made a better version of that episode, Disney, being smart, hired those people, so Luke looks amazing. I was blown away. I was like trying to catch a frame where he looked weird throughout the entire episode, and I couldn't find a single one. I was trying so hard to be like, no, this can't be that good. We're not at that point yet. No, we're in the future, baby, and this is dope. Also a little scary, but really sick. Yo, and then Grogu and Luke, they're on a little walk. He's fucking force moving him, and it's so cute, and I couldn't handle it. And he even name drops Yoda. He's like, yo, man, you remind me a lot of my homie Yoda. And Grogu's like, I don't know who that is. And he was like, he's spoken riddles. And he's like, okay, yeah, that he literally, no one on our race does that. That was only Yoda. We don't know why. It was kind of, I think it was a prank. Really fucked up. But then Luke offers Grogu the ability to see his past a little bit and get a little memory back. But I love the addition of these force powers in Luke's character that we haven't seen him do on screen yet. And it's great for the canon. So then Luke touches Grogu's head and he gets a flashback of not Yoda, but Order 66. And this scene reminded me so much of what we got in the video game Jedi Fallen Order, where Cal keeps getting flashbacks to Order 66 as he remembers his force abilities more and more, where they might even make that a plot point with Grogu as he grows as a Jedi. But then as Mando is sitting on this bench, who are we met with but Ahsoka? And Mando ain't wasting no time. He's like, I want to see Grogu. Bring me to Grogu. But then Ahsoka hits him with the thing, are you really here to see him and make sure he's okay? Or is this more for you? She explains that Grogu misses Mando a great deal, and if he saw him, it would just make it worse. For a man with a helmet on his head, I could feel the emotion emanating from his body. So then Mando decides to give his gift for Grogu to Ahsoka. and he leaves. We then get a lengthy training session with Luke and Grogu where we see Grogu start to regain his abilities, and we also have some really cute moments as well. And it makes me excited because Grogu is becoming less of a helpless character and can honestly carry his weight now if he were to go back with Mando. I think that would be good growth for the character and good growth for the Mandalorian series going further. And so Ahsoka meets up with Luke and gives Luke the gift that Mando was going to give to Grogu. And somewhere in that conversation, we are met with a line where she says, "You're so much like your father." Which I hope he isn't too much like his father in the presence of a youngling, because that wouldn't end so well. Mando then goes back to Tatooine to meet up with Boba Fett and Fennec. And this is where we get the 2 minutes of screen time from Boba Fett, where he does not say a word. Fennec is talking about the game plan they're going to do in the war against the Pikes. And she does mention that they're going to need more foot soldiers, where Mando says, "Hey, you know what? I think I got some peeps that could help with that." And this is where the beginning of the episode and where we're at right now comes full circle, because Mando goes to talk to Cobb about getting some troops. Mando lands his ship, and we are met with a character whose purpose is literally just to be so annoying that you really don't care about if he dies or not. And Cobb and Mando go into the bar to talk about business. In this back and forth, we get some good updates on the town since Mando has left, but obviously it ends with Mando asking Cobb for help. If I was a sheriff like Cobb, I probably wouldn't have helped Mando either, because he's focused on taking care of his town, but in the long term, his town is going to be affected by the Pikes taking over. So he says he'll see what he can do, and Mando sets off. And this is where I thought we were at the end of the episode. But then all of a sudden, we see a character approaching from the distance. And remember how I mentioned the title in the beginning, how that was going to come up? Well, here it is. And it's freaking Cad Bane with his first ever live action appearance. Cobb has a back and forth with him where Bane pretty much says, "Don't get involved. We'll even pay you double what Boba is to not get involved. But Cobb can't be bought." And he says, "Tatooine is not meant for the Pikes, baby." But then we got Deputy Dummy coming out, interrupting this back and forth, and Bane quickly takes out his gun, shoots Cobb from what it seems to be like in the shoulder, and lights up this deputy like no other. I was like blown away with how many times he shot this dude, but it was like amazing, I have to say. We then get a scene of the Pikes going into the bar that we've seen in the previous episodes and walking out and leaving a bomb, and it blows up the bar. To then return to Luke and Grogu, and Luke offers Grogu a decision. He tells Grogu that he can either take the gift from the Mandalorian, which ended up being armor for Grogu, or he could take Yoda's lightsaber. And both of them come with a decision. If he takes the gift from Mando, he will no longer continue to train as a Jedi and go and meet back up with Mando. But if he takes the lightsaber, he will pretty much have to forget about the Mandalorian and train as a Jedi. And Luke does say, though, that for Grogu, someone's lifetime is a short time for him, which is really sad to think about. And then the episode cuts. Now, I gotta say, this was so insane and very unexpected. This episode brought back so many legacy characters, and it felt like a celebration. And it's just like, I feel like the show's done a complete 180. We were just kind of having this fun show with Boba Fett, you know, oh, he's on Tatooine, giving some backstory, and then all of a sudden, I feel like we're gearing up for a huge war, which it could have gone down two paths. After episode 5, it could have gone back to being Boba Fett, but they decided to just keep raising the stakes, and I love that. Now, I personally have to rate this episode a 10 out of 10, the first one on the channel, baby! Because goodness gracious, it was badass. Whether it was Luke's brand new CGI looking so clean, or the reintroduction to characters we've seen in the past, or just the introduction to new characters, this episode has set an insane standard, which I hope that they can keep up with in the next season of The Mandalorian and these next coming episodes of Boba Fett. But you guys, let me know what you think. Comment below. What do you think's gonna happen? What part of this episode made you yell out loud? I want to know. And I will be trying to get a video out sooner on this next episode. So sorry for the delay. It's been crazy. I've been busy. We're putting out content like no other either way. But like I said in the beginning of the video, hit the like button if you enjoyed it, because that will tell me that I should keep putting videos out like this. Also subscribe, because we got content coming out for days here, baby. But that is going to be it for me, you guys. Thank you again for watching. My name is Ben James, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!